scheduled meetings between the teams. Cleveland's going to be back here in April, and Love, normally a power forward, has to deal with the man that is Joel Embiid. There's the double. Redick, the fake behind the back pass, and he gets two. Fans looking for a travel on the king, LeBron James.
Official said that it was knocked out of his hand. Got it back.
Boy, the Sixers, unfinished business there as Redick missed the layup. There's James again, the bump and run with Simmons, and he got two more. And again, that's one thing the Sixers have to watch. Tyronn Lue, 40-year-old, his second full season. A couple of years ago when he took over, he was the associate head coach, but then David Blatt was fired, and he eventually led Cleveland to its first title. Franchise history. Nicely delivered by Calderon, the 13-year veteran. On James with all 6 of their points.
When you cut hard, someone has to cover you. That time LeBron cut hard to the basket, a good find.
Embiid nearly banked in the three. James, who's shooting the three very well this year. James, who's shooting the three very well this year. At 42%, that would be a career high. It's amazing what he is doing, and he's going to be 33 on December 30th.
Well, you guys got him all mad asking him about Ben. Now he's upset.
You know what? That's a great point.
About his minutes total.
Right.
And whether or not it's taxing on him. I'm waiting to see him get taxed. Have you seen him get taxed yet? He looks spry to me.
Well, from what I understand, he would rather play the 38 minutes he's playing per night than 30.
Right.
Claims just feels better doing it as Embiid muscles in for 2 per night than 30.
Right.
Claims just feels better doing it as Embiid muscles in for 2 more.
Listen, in principle, there's no way Kevin Love should be able to stop Joel Embiid without any help. If you can keep it one-on-one, JoJo's got a huge advantage.
James, rather healthy three-man. 3-time Finals MVP, every title he's won. 4-time regular season MVP. Of course, he was the Rookie of the Year back in 2004, the top pick in the draft in 2003. Kyle Korver, the one-time Sixer, on the floor for the first time. That time, the back door was open for Timotei Luwawu.
Time on the floor before he got victimized, went right at him. Timmy with the backdoor cut.
And a nice look by Ben Simmons, his first assist. It's a lob for James. Wow. Unfinished business for one of the better finishers in the NBA. Simmons taking advantage of the fact that the king was late coming back. And Ben will foul on a Cavalier.
Check out this design play. Love is looking for that backdoor to LeBron. Just a little bit short.
Boy, I'll tell you what. You see him up in the air like that, from that angle, you are ready to frame the post.
Indeed. How majestic is he in the air?
How about that guy? Nicely. There's Crowder for 3.
That's great work by Timmy. He was behind LeBron and had to fight his way forward to get that rebound.
Bayless for 3. Crashing in, Luwawu Cabarrot. Terrific hustle by the guy who started it all.
Great players do it.
Embiid gets the roll for his 3rd bucket. Give him 6. The Sixers right now by 3. Here are the Cavaliers. They have missed their last 7 shots.
That fadeaway is falling tonight. Defenders beware.
Green, he certainly has a physical advantage here on Luwawu Cabarrot. And he promptly will get a rest. And coming back from a left knee injury, Amon Shumpert, he missed the previous 3, but he is present and accounted for tonight. So now that window of opportunity with James out of the game, the Sixers end up giving it up for the 2nd time.
That's a tough high-low pass Dario was trying to attempt.
Wade, he's going to be 36 on January 17th, signing that one.
When he did grab that loose ball, he looked at the opposite scoreboard to see how much time was left on the shot clock, knowing where he is out on the floor. That other shot clock works too.
Yeah.
Might as well use it.
Wade setting up the good shooter Fry, who promptly buries the 3. Channing Frye throughout his 25 or more in a first quarter. And the Cavaliers, quite frankly, not one of the better defensive teams in the NBA. The Sixers went 0 for 7 from beyond. That had to contribute.
And those were makeable shots. Just unable to convert them.
Well, Joel was going to make sure if he's that close, he's going to convert. Simmons wants a piece away. Embiid gives it a glance. And finally, it is the veteran Channing Frye. So Dwayne Wade along with Iman Shumpert, Kyle Korver, Channing Frye. That is Wade taking us into the way back.
Left just came up a little short.
Wade taking McConnell, bursting in there. Green to keep it alive for Cleveland. Saved by Green to Wade, but Simmons was looming. One of the best there ever was at that fadeaway.
And you can go over either shoulder. So if you're Ben, you're guessing, basically. That's what it comes down to. He picks up his dribble, you got to pick a side. Hope you guess right.
Well, he supplied 11 off the bench, as mentioned earlier, averaging 10 as a bench player. And the Cleveland bench has really supplied a jolt to them in this game so far.
You're guessing, basically. That's what it comes down to. He picks up his dribble, you got to pick a side. Hope you guess right.
Well, he supplied 11 off the bench, as mentioned earlier, averaging 10 as a bench player. And the Cleveland bench has really supplied a jolt to them in this game so far. TJ McConnell rattles that in, and for TJ, the first shot he's taken, his first hoop of the game. Of course, he was brilliant the other night at victory against Orlando. For Ben Simmons, 15 points, a season high, 13 assists, just one turnover. Wow. And again, the Sixers get caught napping, and they're victimized by the backdoor cut by Green.
Hugging their man and staring at the basketball.
Largest lead at 11.
Excuse me, 20-8 now. I sit correctly.
Hey!
Green blew by Embiid, and a timeout, Brett Brown. Sixers will keep it here with 14 to shoot. Combination of Wade and LeBron James with 27 of the 42 Cleveland points. Robert Covington, nice look inside for Bayless. And off the backboard. And this is trouble here. Wow. Wade able to save it. Ends up about 10 rows in while he did so. Covington tips it. Wade saved it again. Here's McConnell laying it home. Two terrific efforts by Dwayne Wade. Best three-point shooting team in the NBA percentage-wise. 0 for 10 from beyond in this game.
And what's really unsettling, Mark, is that we know as Sixers fans that it's a big part of the offense. You've got to knock down threes for everything to work the way Brett Brown has designed it.
70 inside. That time the Sixers got caught again in a switching situation. A nice pass inside.
Love kept Robert on his hip as well, not allowing Robert to get back into play.
Amir Johnson, great late look to the plunging J.J. Redick.
They're not even waiting. Sometimes coaches will tell you, I want you to go on the dribble. I want you to go on the catch. I want you to go on whatever indicator you're looking for. That time, they're going as soon as JoJo gets it.
That time, bumping Love aside. There's Shards cleaning up after the Embiid miss. Joel, by the way, just 4 of 12 from whatever you do. Don't pick up a third here on a cheap.
Something I'm sure that's in the mind of Brett Brown.
Good defense here by the Sixers. Nice look inside to Smith. A good job by Love at 35% from beyond. That's below the NBA average. Covington dipping in and missing the deuce. Robert Covington scoreless. He is 0 for 4. .24 for James. 24 for James.
Got his hands full on the other end of the floor. Robert's offense has struggled because of it, but his hands are completely full with LeBron James.
Embiid got fouled by Love. You can count it. And Joel to the stripe for one more. Tonight, 3 of 3. He's got 15 points in all. The Sixers have it to 7. Joel going back in the second to score the last 7 for the Sixers. James giving it up for a Smith three, and he drops it. J.R. Smith. There's James on the plunge, and he threw down two, big time.
Mel Brooks used to say it's good to be the king. LeBron James showing you what it's like to reign supreme.
Smith for three. And the lid. There's James on the plunge, and he threw down two, big time.
Mel Brooks used to say it's good to be the king. LeBron James showing you what it's like to reign supreme.
Smith for three. And the lid. And LeBron, he really didn't want to hear any of it. His answers were short. And Ben, to his credit, was asked about it before tonight's game, and he said, listen, I don't blame him for being annoyed. You should not compare me to him. I'm a rookie, and he's the greatest of all time.
How about we tell the Philly media to leave LBJ alone next time? Robert just seems like a little bit out of sync offensively. Defensively, he's taken up, but offensively, struggling.
James, another sweet look, though Simmons was looming against Smith. J.R. Smith, you know what? Ron James locking on to T.J. McConnell. Redick, who has struggled tonight, along with a number of other teammates. Now Love takes control. Finally, McConnell for three. Got it. T.J. McConnell. And here's an opportunity, Olive, for the Sixers to get to the line. They've only gone there 5 times tonight because Cleveland's at the team foul limit.
It's been kind of an antiseptic kind of game. And what I mean by that is there hasn't been any scuffles. There hasn't been any back and forth. It's just been allowed to shoot jumpers and basically no confrontations out there.
J.J. Redick. Crowder. Recouped by McConnell. Crowd starting the buzz. Here are the Sixers. Covington for three. Tipped in by Embiid. Joel Embiid with 19 points.
Kind of injury, the one that Kawhi's nursing. Certainly hope he's back sooner rather than later.
Here are the Cavaliers now out of the timeout. Embiid locking onto Love. Love for three. That's the first
kind of injury, the one that Kawhi's nursing. Certainly hope he's back sooner rather than later.
Here are the Cavaliers now out of the timeout. Embiid locking onto Love. Love for three. That's the first in the last few trips. Embiid now against Fry. Lost it. Went diving to the floor with a play by Joel Embiid. Marvelous hustle. The rope of a pass to Bayless. And there's Embiid, who is all over the floor right now for the Sixers, who have managed to cut it to 4. Yeah, Joel, they're into it now. They are rising at Wells Fargo. 1 of 2 for Wade. The Sixers can make up some more ground. Embiid rolling in and getting 2. He's doing it all right now. The last time James went out, the Sixers not only were unable to take advantage, the bench came in and lengthened the lead. The Sixers much better defense here, at least in the second half of this third quarter. Green, nice look inside by J.R. Smith to the Sharks. Robert Covington to the forwards. Embiid again locking horns with Fry. Simmons breaking it free to Redick. Sixers here with a fresh 24. Covington for 3. Simmons there to ram it back.
What they're doing with Simmons, and I like it, is they're initially outburst, but that time Ben getting the offensive board instead.
Simmons with 8. Sixers come up with a steal. Simmons able to track it down and throw it down.
Earlier, how he's teamed up with UNICEF for this holiday campaign. It's really what it's all about, Mark and all. It's bigger than basketball.
All right, Molly, we thank you so much for that. Korver for a three. How many times have we said that? He is 5th all-time in NBA history in three-pointers. He caps an 8-0 run now.
He's always ready to shoot, too, isn't he? I mean, he's got the hand cocked and ready.
Yeah, it's his thing.
Yeah.
Embiid hammers it back. Joel puts the Sixers to within 15, and he is 5th all-time in NBA history in three-pointers. He caps an 8-0 run now.
He's always ready to shoot, too, isn't he? I mean, he's got the hand cocked and ready.
Yeah, it's his thing.
Yeah.
Embiid hammers it back. Joel puts the Sixers to within 15, and he's.
Joel didn't release that very high. That was in a neighborhood where Wade can get to it.
Now Embiid taking over against LeBron James. At James, once you find your tickets, or if you already have your tickets, come early. The place is sold out, and it would benefit you to get here early, find your seat, get something to eat, watch warm-ups. You'll have a much better time. You don't want to be rushing for tip-off.
Plus, you can beat the.
And Simmons scurries off. Shards is called for the foul. Tiba Taylor-Cabarro, first appearance of the second half is in for him as Simmons, trailed by head athletic trainer Kevin Johnson, headed to the Sixer locker room. The Cavaliers now by 20.
Ben Simmons suffered a right ankle sprain. He will not return tonight. We'll keep an eye on it.
All right, we thank you for that. Sixers' next game is Wednesday here against Washington. That is Holland who hits the three. John Holland played many years abroad, finally made a roster. Turns out to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. He gets himself a three. Cavaliers going to win this one. Ability to handle the ball for a guy his size and set other people up.
You know what I find most impressive about him is we've all known that name since he was in high school at St. James St. Mary in Akron as Cleveland scores there on that last exchange. And he has lived up to all that hype. Mike, so many times, Mark, you see someone who just gets talked about as TJ knocks down and hatocracy, he'd be worthy.
He was asked this morning to talk about high school. He came here with his high school, and he took on Maurice Rice. Rice, the all-time leading scorer in schoolboy history in the city of Philadelphia.
Before he even stepped on the floor.
Wow.
If you would have given me $9 in high school,
yeah, right.
You know what would have happened to me?
Right.
Let alone $90 million.
Right. One thing he said this morning that delighted all of us. He said he's got 3 or 4 players in the NFL that he really likes, but his favorite